Hello all. So today we'll be seeing about civil engineering and few concepts related to that. So let's start with that. And these three will be the topics that we'll be speaking today. That is about scopes of civil engineering, materials used for construction, and bricks and its types. Let's go on. So scopes of civil engineering. And there are 7 to 8 types of scopes in civil engineering. The main ones over here are surveying, structural engineering, geotechnical engineering, hydraulics and water resources, transportation engineering, environmental engineering, and construction planning and management. These are the 7 scopes that are important or the main ones that we'll be discussing today from scopes of civil engineering. On with it. Surveying. So surveying can also be called as map making. The study of surveying enables the engineer to determine relative positions of points on the surface of Earth. Before the construction of any structure, surveying of the land on which the construction is to come up is always done. From the field's observation and surveying taken in the horizontal plane, a plane is prepared of the existing features of the ground. Relative positions of the points in the vertical plane are shown by the sections obtained by taking measurements in the vertical plane. So this is all about surveying. That is, so here you'll be using few tools and devices to measure the ground levels, whether they are all completely leveled or not. And over here you'll be using 2 types of methods, that is plane surveying and then uh, geotechnical surveying. So let's go further with it. So these are the tools that are used for surveying: chain, tape, compass, auto level, theodolite, total station, GPS, and drones. So now let's see about structural engineering. So structural engineering deals with wide variety of structural systems like buildings, bridges, dam transportation systems, water and sewage systems, distribution facilities, power generation stations, storage tanks, and many other facilities that must have adequate strength to resist safely many loads that act on it during its lifetime. So in structural engineering, we'll study about the structure of the building or any other construction that you're building about. That is the dams that we read over here, and those whether they are strongly built, are they sufficient enough to hold the load that is acting on them, and etc. And these are the scopes of structural engineering: analysis and design of dams, bridges, stadiums, auditoriums, multi-storied buildings, etc. And also about design of nuclear power plants, uh, and then design of structural reinforcement for different types of structural components. And over here, we'll see about geotechnical engineering next. Geotechnical engineering, by the name it says about soil or land. Over here, you'll be seeing about the fertility of the soil and whether the soil is fertile enough or strong enough to hold any huge buildings and etc. about them. So here you'll be testing the soil and check whether the density of the soil is enough to hold any uh, bigger amount of buildings, that is a huge building like a complex or an apartment and things like that. And now it's fluid mechanics and hydraulics. It is a branch of science which deals with the study of fluids, that is liquids and gases at rest and in motion. Usually the liquid is water and the subject is titled hydraulics. When the water is at rest, the forces exerted by the water on immersed areas are found out by the law of mechanics. Thus, the knowledge of these forces is useful in the design of gates used to control the flood water in case of dams. So, by studying this fluid mechanics, we'll know about the pressure or the force exerted by these fluids over the constructions and whether the construction will be able to withhold that pressure. So, let's see further. Transportation engineering. So this transportation engineering studies about the roads, railway lines, airlines and ships, and all the constructions that are related to these transportations. Over here, let's see about that. The subject deals with the transport of men and materials through different communication routes such as land, water, and air. The railways and roads are the important modes of communication by land. The water transport is feasible only where the rivers, canals, and navigable navigable, or where the sea coast is available. Transportation by air routes is also increasing day by day. The transportation of men and goods for short distances can be speedily done by road transport, whereas railway transport is considered safe and convenient for long distances. Environmental engineering. This is an important branch of civil engineering which covers both water supply and sanitary engineering. So, in this environmental engineering, we'll be studying about the pollutions and various effects that are placed on the environment due to pollution of air, water, and other agents. So, construction technology. Construction is the major activity of civil engineering which is continuously improving as the cost of land is going up. There is a demand for tall structures in urban areas, while the rural areas need is for low cost construction. One has to develop technology using local available materials. In India, Central Building Research Institute (CBRI) and other educational institutes have contributed for such initiatives. Now let's see about materials used in construction. So speaking about the materials used in construction, they usually are the cement, bricks, metals like the iron rods and TMT bars that are used for constructions. See about them now. First one, it's bricks. So brick is a small rectangular block typically made of fired or sun-dried clay used in construction. So this is the clay that is fired or sun-dried, and following are the uses of the bricks. The first class and second class bricks are used for permanent structures such as buildings, dams, roads, bridges, uh, etc. The first class bricks are also used for architectural effects on structures. Whereas the over here you're seeing that it's said first class bricks. So over here we mean that the bricks are classified into different types or different classes based on how well they are burnt or depending on their shape and size. So when you're saying about the first class bricks, they are all of the uniform shape and uniformly burnt. But then when you go down further with second class and third class bricks, you might not have some uniform burning done in the brick, or they might not be having a regular shape in them. Let's see further about other concepts. Cement. Cement is a finely pulverized material, dark grain color, having adhesive property when mixed with water, and used as an ingredient to prepare cement mortar and concrete. Cement is obtained from burning together limestone, sand, clay, iron oxide, and magnesium oxide in a kiln at a very high temperature. The most significant use of cement is production of concrete and water. So the cement is mainly used to make concrete structures such as the ceilings and floors, and also the plinth and other structural elements that are related to constructions. And the cement is also used to join two blocks, such as if you're going to build a wall, you need to have these cements placed between the bricks to act as an adhesive that will hold the bricks together. Cement mortar. Cement mortar in construction material composed of cement and fine aggregate, that is sand, mixed with water. So the cement mortar, they are mixed in different ratios depending on their use. It might be like the ratios of 1 is to 2 is to 3 for having a normal or standard cement mortar, or in a different ratios to serve for different purposes. It has binding property and hardens with time. So over here, while you're speaking about the cement mortar, you also check about the quality of cement and whether it's strong enough to have a permanent structure, or will we need to use it only for a temporary structure and etc. So now steel. Steel is something like a reinforcement that is done for your buildings to uh, not allow the concrete to break down or get damaged due to the forces applied over it. because the steel will take up all the force and it will bend and make sure that the concrete won't break. It will absorb all the forces and also it will transfer them down to the ground or to the foundation. That's the purpose of these steels. They act as a reinforcement for the concrete and the whole building. Steel is an alloy of iron and carbon. Due to its high strength in its, it is often used to build the framework of skyscrapers. So reinforced cement concrete, that is RCC, that's what we are speaking about, that the steel are used for the reinforcement. And these reinforced steels or the steels that are used in the concrete, they differ depending on the structures. So while you're constructing a small building, you will only require a small 10 or 20 thick steel. But then when you go for a bigger buildings or something like a flyover, you might need a bigger thickness of steel. So now construction chemicals, concrete admixture, concrete curing compounds, polymer bonding agents, water repellents, adhesives, sealants, and epoxy grots. So these are the chemicals that are used in constructions, and they serve many purposes depending on the property of those chemicals. So now let's see about the types of bricks. Bricks are mainly classified into two types, that is burnt and unburnt. And from the burnt bricks, you can further divide them as first class, second class, and third class bricks. So you can see the images of the first class, second class, and third class bricks. Let's see about them. So the first class bricks. First class bricks are of good quality that are having a uniform shape and size, and they are uniformly burnt, and they have a proper dark red or a reddish brown color in them. That is how you can identify these bricks as the first class bricks. The fluorescence property of these bricks and the absorption property of these bricks are also very low, so they are preferred more for constructing a better building, that is something like a permanent buildings. They are used to construct permanent buildings and the exterior of the buildings. Now the second class bricks. Second class bricks are moderate quality bricks. They are molded by ground molding processes. These bricks might not have a uniform shape, or they might be burnt improperly. That is, they might not have been completely burnt. So you can see the bricks over here, and they might have a absorption property more than 20%, that is more than the first class bricks, and their efflorescence property is also more. And that efflorescence property is what is causing this white patches on the bricks also. So now the third class bricks, and these third class bricks, they can be either too much burnt or completely unburnt bricks that are not fit for constructing permanent structures. They can be used in construction of a temporary structure, such as any small buildings that are there only for a few amount of period of time, that is for a month or so, because they don't have a uniform shape and they're not strong also because they're not burned completely. So these bricks are not preferred to construct a permanent building. So that's it for today. Thank you.